Damn it, I gotta fix that, man. What's going on, guys? Excalibur here, and we are back. Designers Challenge July Stream 1. Today we're going to be checking out all of the hover vessel combat applications for today. Give me a hot second. I'm still trying to get it on my surface here. I did like a whole security reset of all my stuff, and because of a lot of the issues going on recently with the Discord and all that, and because of that, I don't remember Discord login. I couldn't log in on the little guy here, and I had to email the link to my. Anyway, I got it. We're good. What's going on, guys? We got Pilmus, we got Jeffman, Cade, Entei, Stubert, Dragon the 13th, J Rizzy, and Life Force. Welcome, everybody. I've been working hard. I've been building things, man. Building things. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. We brought out the Anvil roll. Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. I'm excited. What's up, Omega? We got Poor Luck Pierre. Welcome. Thursday, what's up? You are not late. It is. I just started. Let me get my coffee in order here. I think we'll start off. I'm gonna show some of my the tank I did. Get that out of the way so we could check out all of the good stuff. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Down here, it is a 5-day weekend because it's festival time. So every year, at the Emancipation Festival, lots and lots of stuff. We have a big village. We have like a little Coney Island with like kid rides and stuff. And every day there's like a different concert with different like local reggae and calypso stuff and all that. So, but anyway, it's a 5-day weekend, so it's super chill. Happens once a year. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna start off with the well, we could start off with the damn, I don't even know what I called the thing. I feel like I do that so much it's almost annoying now. I'm sure it's annoying. Gun pup. Yeah, gun pup. All right, so you guys saw this. I don't really need to get into it, but this is kind of my starter HP for RE2. It served really well. I upgraded everything, and I think that's the big important thing with Reforged Eden 2 is to just kind of balance forward. Like, you really have to balance forward, because if you don't get it right, it can be pretty bad. I had put medium shield parts on both sides. I was able to get up to plasma and tier 2 turrets and tier 2 lasers, and it worked out really good. It did work out really good. I did have an exposed advanced core here, which that's kind of crazy, but this worked out really well for a starter. And then what I'm gonna be bringing in for the next one.
Welcome to XBC.
Hey, Filbert Farmer coming in hot with 5 gift subs.
Welcome to XBC. Welcome to XBC.
Big hype for Filbert, Town Slayer, Kango, Doom Noodle, Dragon the 13th, and the Life Force.
XBC. Welcome to XBC.
Big hype. So this is kind of my mid to end game tank here. This is, of course, a Mark III of the Becker BK2 from Vanilla. Still gotta paint it. It's just in prototype mode right now. But big hype to Dadrick for pointing out that I should have these on the top so I could hold down and still have line of sight. That's really smart. So I've got the heavy plasma on top, and then I've got 4 tier 2 turrets, as well as the bulldozer blade. We've got 2 layers of combat steel. I still have to armor this if and when I do that. And then in the back here, it's all plasma thrusters as well. So we got plasma thrusters, front, back, side, all that good stuff. And we get into the back here, and we're gonna have everything's encased in combat. We've got the fusion cell, we've got the advanced shield generator, all the medium and small shield parts. Cloney, med station, just kind of everything's in here, but it's very compact, which I like anyway, so this suits me. It's got about 7,500 ammo cargo, plenty of stuff that it should be good. I'm thinking it should be good. I had to change my SV, put the missile flares on it. Haven't tried. Oh, they're good stuff, man. Very cool. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. These are the that's the Becker, and then that's the starter one. So when I bring this in, I'll be able to test it forward and kind of see how it builds up as I'm able to upgrade. So there's that. And then real quick, guys, I'm going to show you just for a brief second, because I don't do the build series anymore, so I don't ever really have a chance to show anything unless it's on here. So bear with me here. I've been thinking about, and I've said this a lot, when you go to a POI and you're done taking out the outer perimeter, it's now time to go in there and take the interior out. And when you do that, you usually want to loot. I do that. Some people wait till the end. I always miss stuff if I wait till the end. I don't backtrack correctly. So I like to loot as I go and just clean it out one time real quick. So in order to do that, I need to be able to go to something that's going to have a decent amount of cargo. So I've been playing with the idea of having some different options here for that guy. Oh, I finally find it now that I've... All right. So we got this guy, and these are all CVs, right? So it's a deployable loot CV kind of thing. So basically it's got turrets and sentry guns for drone takedown, and then it's really just a container. And then inside of it, you can come in here when it's on the ground, and you've got the small constructors if you need to process anything. It's got a 424 container. It's got all the med stuff, and it's got a respawn point. So that's kind of a bigger option. Of course, terrain's not always gonna work for that. So I tried some other ideas here. This guy, which is kind of a somewhat lower footprint. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it, but it does have a turret on top, and then you can come down here, and it's got all the same stuff, really. This one does have power, whereas the other one doesn't, which was also a mistake. I needed to put power on it because of the turret. So this one's got power. It's got all the med stuff. Same kind of deal. Repair station. This only has 416. Yeah, so in RE and RE2, there's 640k storage for the cargo containers. So then I thought, oh, that thing's way too big. I need to build something smaller. So then I got this guy. And this little champ is just, you know, it is what it is. It's just a container. You can't go inside of it. It's purely for looting. It does have a generator and a fuel tank. So, and it's got 104k cargo, which is plenty to loot and arguably salvage a bit. So that's probably what I'll end up using. But, you know, these are also good options. So I don't know, maybe like a big assembly yard, it would justify having something like that. So just ideas I've been messing with last night. Just ways to make it a little easier. Now, ideally, I want to make something that is this, but also a dropship. And I've been working on some things, but I feel like they're all too big. So I need to downscale them a bit and see where we go from there. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. Let's get into the challenge submissions here. So this month it was combat HVs, basically. HVs that assist in some form of combat. I know that keeps it very... And I don't usually like being so vague when it comes to these challenges, just because if you put a Gatling gun on anything, it's arguably combat, right? And that's not what we're looking for. We want people to kind of share what they've been using in their playthroughs and what works in combat for Reforging 2, because a lot of people don't understand it yet, including myself in a lot of ways, right? So we're hoping that, you know, a lot of these submissions can kind of answer the question as far as that goes. So our first build is by Fuji, and this is going to be the Battle Tank Katana for RE2. Some very cool colors here. Got some nice glowies. Got all the business on the bottom. Look at that. We got heavy and medium shield parts. This is and it's a little over. It's a core 11, and it's over here. So very end game. I love that. Look at that. That looks cool. Do you have 2 fusion reactors in here? Bro. What? Why do you have 2 fusion reactors? What the? Bro. Holy crap. Just tell me that was for the looks. Just tell me. Just tell me it was for the looks. I love the fixed turret, dude. This looks sick. I really like that. That's sweet. That's well done there. Oh, wow. Alright, so we got infrared pulse lasers, and we've got heavy cannons. This is, in all rights, kind of a tank destroyer here. Moves really well. It's got good up and down. Got 2 RCS already. Sorry, I'm just spawning something in that I could shoot at. I regret this. Well, I can't exit now. Now I'm stuck in it. Like, we just gotta ride it out. 26k shield. That's insanity. Ugh. Perfect. Oh, that's pretty fast reload too. Guys, give me 1 sec. Yeah, that feels pretty fast. As far as reload goes, that's not bad. I mean, I don't know what the damage is in comparison, but that's not bad. That's weird. It's like, I don't know why it's doing that. Is that a game thing? This might be a game thing. It's like not going. Oh, we got this. Oh, full combat steel. Yeah, that's awesome. Doing it. It's got good movement. I mean, we're in creative, right? So, not going to be a 100% representation, but I do think that if you have a shield that big, you probably don't need combat steel. But, I mean, why not? It moves really good, though. Definitely moves well. It should. Yeah, shield pen, fair. What is going on right now? What in the hell am I doing? Yo. Oh. Oh my gosh. That's such a meme. Oh, you know that's gonna be tomorrow's freaking thing too. Oh my god. What in the world? That's crazy. Yeah, I should have. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell that was, but it was what it was. Oh. Alright, guys, that is the Battle Tank Katana for Reforged Eden 2 by Fuji. Very nice, all around, heavy endgame HV. Very well done. That's crazy. Our next build, guys, is by Stuart, and this is the Trekka Scout. And I'm worried I'm gonna freeze it again. Oh, it's a big boy. Look at this thing. Cool. So we're going with lasers here. Light lasers. And then we've got a retractable heavy artillery turret. So yeah, more of a long range deal, I think. I think the lasers are for shield takedown. Got the bulldozer blades here. Looks like we got 2 of them here. Inside we've got the shield, clone chamber, 90, like good amount of ammo storage, medical, and it's like we've got, wow, we got a lot of ammo storage. All the CPU stuff. Oh, I forgot these exist. I need to play with these. I'm gonna do that in mine. Very cool. More CPU, and we've got a internal cockpit. An external cockpit internally. Some old school tactics there, I like it. Alright, this guy is definitely a position range situation here. It moves. Doesn't not move, definitely, but it's not something you're... Actually, you know, it's got a lot of strafe, but based on the weapon loadout, that doesn't really make sense either, right? Like, it's a ranged attacker. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is a ranged attacker. Will it barrel roll? It wants to. Oh, it wants to. Nope. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And honestly, I've never tried that strategy. It's something I need to try. But look, it's also like an aquatic tank destroyer. Look at that. It's like some freaking SEAL Team 6 shit right there. Look at that. You don't even know what it is. You just see this artillery turret coming. You're like, uh-oh. That's cool. Wait. I hate it when my controls do that. Definitely a submarine. Somebody's got to explain the bulldozer blade. Like, why is it better than the harvester? Or is it just looks? If it's just looks, I'm fine with it. It's cool looking. It looks way cooler than the cheese cutters, but it definitely doesn't do anything any better than the cheese grinders either. Oh, the rocks and yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. More HP. Okay, all right, fair. That is a very cool layout. It just shows you, like, when we first were looking at RE2 creative mode and we were all worried about we're not going to be able to build anything big or, you know, even normal size. And it's like, look at this thing. This thing's a freaking behemoth. Combat steel behemoth. And, yeah, it does its thing. So, well played, sir. Oh, I see he's got some decoys here. So we got some little jennies for decoy. So yeah, like the enemy's just gonna knock away at these legs and it's gonna do them no good. There's nothing of substance except for the turret. And then you still got all this stuff in back. So it's just a good strategy. I'm sure this is a core actually, yeah, core 9. Well done. And then these are plasma. So they could even go to the dark magic thrusters. Very cool, very cool. That is by Stubert, and that is the Trekka Scout 812. Well done as always, Stubert. Alright, it's gonna take us to our next build. This is by Javai. I don't know why I typed Javai. I do know, I'm an idiot. Alright, defibrillator? Defibrillator. Okay, that's the shocky thing that... God damn it, Javai, this is not a combat! No. No, Javai, this is not combat. There's not even a weapon on here. What is this? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What month are we in? Come on. What is this, Javai? Damn it. Yeah, we gotta stop doing this, guys. If you guys are gonna submit something for the challenge, please make it the subject of the challenge. Well, combat support was definitely not the topic of the month. It was combat HV. So. This is for inside the POI. No, it's not combat though. It's an assist. I mean, it's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm not saying it probably doesn't do a really good job. Obviously, you got the George Clooney, you've got medical, you've got armor locker, you got oxygen, all the things you need. You find some cool armor when you loot. You can put it on. I totally understand all that. It makes a lot of sense. Not a combat issue. But we've seen it anyway, so I'm saying that, and you guys already see it. But I'm just saying, you know, please stick to the actual topic. We could lawyer up later and talk about how this is combat, but it doesn't have a weapon on it. It's not combat. I'm talking myself out of that statement. I don't know. It is what it is. It's by Javai. This is the defibrillator. Which makes sense. I mean, it's a good name for what it is. You're the weapon. Damn it, Javai. And I would argue, well... Alright guys, that is by Javai, that is a defibrillator. Our next build is by Blue, and this is the R tank. Oh wow. It's a really big tank. Holy crap. That's a really big tank. Like, look at the thruster in comparison to the tank. Jesus. It's a big-ass tank. That reminds me. Oh, antimatter turbo. Okay. So, with the HVs, you only have this in antimatter version. You don't have this in the plasma version. I was looking for that. This is freaking huge, man. Oh. Okay. Some boxes. Jeez. Med station. It's got everything. 2 med stations for redundancy. Also has an internal cockpit. And no CPU blocks. So maybe this isn't for RE2. I don't think it's for RE2. It is RE2 because there's antimatter thrusters on it. Yeah, it's not CPU compliant, guys, just so you know. Obviously there's room in there that you could add it, but I would even say that that's pricey. I don't know how many. That's auxiliary core time. This might be like a combat CPU 13 or 14. So I guess I don't know. It's preference, I guess, but I just don't. I don't see the. I don't know. I guess this is for parking in front of something, basically. It's got a big ass shield too. I don't know. I mean, the strategy might play well. It's just, this is huge. Just the level of separation of every device to prevent chaining, and you know, this is, I would call this a PvP build. This is a PvP tank. This is built for PvP. And I guess that strategy somewhat translates over to RE2 with the shield penetration. But this is like, this is extreme. Very, very extreme build. But I mean, I'm not saying the strategy wouldn't pay out. It's just a very expensive undertaking. But I mean, I could see it paying off. Doom, there's no such thing as lag shot anymore. Lag shot's been null and voided. Not a thing anymore. They kind of resolved that. Because it used to be with the lag shot that because the block was square or whatever, that you would just kind of see through it. And then when you did like a 45 degree, you know, the shots would block it or whatever, but it doesn't penetrate like that anymore, so it's not a thing. You also don't have to put 60 RCS in your build anymore. It moves. Yeah, I mean, I can't knock it. I mean, it's a strategy, right? I just think it's a very aggressive, expensive strategy, but I mean, I could definitely see myself parking in front of something. But at the end of the day, it's all about what they're going to target. So, you know, the turrets don't start till here, right? So anything before this, it's going to target that decoy. It's going to take a long time to get to that generator, the thrusters. All these are decoys. So it's a thing. It works. Little X-Cal took the cat. Yeah, she does that. What kind of cargo does this thing have? Surprisingly low container count there, but yeah. Alright guys, that is from Blue, and that is the R tank. Only 16, right? Oh, we used some RCS back in the day. Oh, yeah. Our next build is by Strange Brews. Welcome back, Strange Brews. This is the Comet HVM. This little guy, like a little starter. I like it. This is a Core 3. Yeah. This is a fun... Core 3 is like a really fun HV to build, definitely. There's lots of upscale room. You can make something small and compact that still has some good firepower. I mean, once you get these up to tier 2 and these up to tier 2, it's pretty good. It's just, you just got to worry about the shield pen, right? Shield pen is a thing, but if you can move around a bit and get some upgrade on the shields, you can do pretty good. I would say maybe 2 more blocks of armor in front of the cockpit is a good, you know, obviously this, yeah, that's armored already, so. But no, it does great. I mean, and then the fact that these are up high, you could definitely hold down and protect your cockpit anyway. So, very sound. And we've got a respawn point. I would say for pretty much most POIs, up to the drone base. You guys saw me take the drone base out with my little guy. Same loadout as this thing. It just takes some time, but it's definitely doable. Now, when you're getting into a situation where you're dealing with multiple POIs, lots of ground troops, it can get a little tedious. And that's where you might want something a little heavier, but if you have 2 or 3 people with you and you all got these, like, you're unstoppable. It's yeah, I mean, hey, what's up, Giuseppe? Oh, easy. Easy on the middle. Double? Are we doubling? Oh, we're doubling. Oh no, it's a thing. Yep. We did it. But see, this is another thing, right? Is those thrusters, it's actually more CPU efficient to have the bigger one. But then it's size, right? So it's that's kind of a thing too, I think, with a lot of these builds, is that size to CPU ratio. It's like, it's a hard thing to get right, balancing wise. Yeah, this is great. I mean, this would definitely get you into most POIs just right here. So it's not a very expensive venture, right? Doing the HVs. Very cool, man. It looks cool. I like the yellow, I like the black, I like all the cautionary tape and stuff. It looks cool. This has 9,000 ammo cargo too, so I mean, it's got good, yeah, it's solid. That's a solid first vessel to get into if you don't want to go the mining route. Very cool, very cool. That is by Strange Brews, and that is the Comet HVM. Alright, our next one is by Bone Dog. This is the Draconis. Oh wow, we've got shield parts on the bottom. Interesting. This has lots of shield. All these docking. Yeah, I don't know. The shield thing's taking me back a little bit, but I definitely have exposed shield parts on some of my stuff too. I just worry about the ground troops easily shooting that out. But I don't know. I mean, if you've played in this, then you would be able to tell us more than anything. Ooh, I might steal that. That's a new VR optic thingy. Yeah, very cool. Everything's kind of laid out in here really tight. Advanced generators here. It's a massive docking situation there. That's cool. So this has lasers, and so tier 2 lasers and heavy cannons. Moves really well. Damage Javai? Yeah, you missed it. Not a combat HV Javai. Oh yeah, barrel rolls. No, Javai, we didn't. The subject was not to facilitate combat. But we looked at it anyway, so. Really? Put the cats down. What are you doing? Poor cats. Yeah, it moves really good, Bone Dog. This is 62 ammo cargo. Pear said it was well. Pear has nothing to do with the designer's challenge, so. Boss Man is Mr. Designer's Challenge, guys. If you have any questions about your submissions, Boss Man's your man. But you also just ask in the discussion channel, and you know if you tag me, if you ping me in that, that's perfectly fine. And I'll explain it. But you know, at the end of the day, we looked at it, so it's I'm just saying it wasn't what the subject was, but we looked at it anyway. I've never not shown a build on the Designer's Challenge, even when it's been nothing to do with the subject. I've still shown it, so I just ask that people don't take advantage of that. But in no way did I think Javai was taking advantage of that. So. Very cool though, Boss Man, Bone Dog. Very cool, Bone Dog. Solid build, man. This is all combat steel as well. Yeah, so a lot of people built pretty much full combat here. That's interesting. That was again the Draconis by Bone Dog. Our next build is it a first time submission by Poor Luck Pierre? This is the Lockjaw Heavy Tank. Oh wow, look at this guy. Very cool. Oh, that's a cool way to use the ring lights. That's interesting, yeah. Somebody definitely likes the effect emitters. I do too, they're very cool. Ooh, external drone view. Lots of shield parts. Yeah, pretty massive shield here. This is a Core 9. This is a Core 9. Very cool. With some to spare. Does have a shield generator. What's the one advanced and one okay. That moves good. And barrel rolls. Yeah, I think the water thing was a bad idea. I mean, again, look at that. Oh, and it's got some teeth. I didn't notice the teeth. Oh, this is kind of built for the water. Look at that. Yeah, dude. Little swamp puppy. Yeah, very cool. Very unique looking build here. It has 3375 harvest. And 6375 ammo. Very cool. You're definitely well protected in there too from any side or rear fire. Yeah, it's cool. Cool strategy. That is the Lockjaw Heavy Tank by Poor Luck Pierre. Alright, our next build is by Doom Noodle. This is the Aresh Apostle. Ooh. Is this for... It says RE2. This is for RE2, Doom? Build, I wanted to make a new race, like how Jay has. Like I would make all my... Okay, okay. So, very cool looking. Definitely very cool looking. I would not obviously say it's combat, but it is a interesting looking build here. The gold, yeah, I mean, it definitely gives me like an alien... What was in Guardians of the Galaxy, the what's his name's dad? It kind of gives me that kind of idea, or even like Hitchhikers kind of deal. I like what you did with the clone chamber here too. Upgrade. So where do the cores actually go? These are the cores here? Or where do you actually put the cores? Is there like an external access somewhere where you put cores? Maybe up here. No blocks. There's marked blocks in the interior. Can't see anything with the light on. But you're talking about here? Is this what you mean? Because this is access to the cockpit, but if you're saying you could put them there, then that would give you... It's core... What is it now? A core 3? Core 3. So 2 improved would fit there, and then... Where would the advance go? Yeah, so that would be for... So like, here, I'll do it. Boom, and... Where does this guy go? I guess it could go... Well, you'd have to get rid of the motion sensor, but it could go up there. Or you could get rid of the food processor and put it there, I guess. It says it? Oh, core 6. Press F to read detailed instructions for device placement. Press F. Oh. Press F. Okay, I'm not reading all that. Yeah. All right, if you say it fits, then cool, it fits. We'll say there. Okay, there we go. Oh, that'd be a core 7. You said core 6, right? So where would the shield go? Okay, there's room up here. Oh, above the clone chamber, put the shield. So yeah, okay. I mean, I'll give that to you. It's got upgradability. I guess you would swap the turrets with something that would work in combat. So the only thing I would worry about is the cockpit itself. I would probably, if I was using this, I'd probably remove this thing and put a cockpit here, because with the shield penetration, it's gonna take this thing out pretty quick. You'd need some blocks in front of it to protect you. So yeah, I would probably just not use that cockpit. I'd probably put one here. Okay. All right, fair. Very cool look. Moves really well. Yeah, I can see it doing some hold down as well. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it definitely barrels. Probably could have gone 2 rolls there. Very nice. No, it's nothing to do with. I wouldn't say this isn't a combat. I think it is. I mean, you obviously have the upgradability. You have room for more turrets, and so it's not the firepower. It's not the performance. It's more the survivability, I guess, is the only thing. Because if you're gonna scale this up to allow more turrets and all that, you still want to be able to protect yourself a little bit. So I think with this guy, I would either try to put it in more, which isn't really possible without losing that room, or I would just forego an external altogether and then just have an internal. Remove the food processor, because that's not really needed for a combat HV, and I would put the cockpit there, and then done deal, it would work great. And then that way you could upgrade this to, like, whatever you need to for combat, combat steel, hardened steel, and it would work great. The only issue I have is the cockpit, that's it. So with this, it's not gonna, you're not gonna last much more than the hit points. It's gonna go pretty quick, especially with all that green crap that they shoot and stuff. And I'm giving these, I'm saying this because I want people to not get misled going into combat in RE2. Shields aren't what they are in RE1. It's not absolute. So even if you have a shield, I don't care how big the shield is, you're still gonna take penetration damage. And it'll sneak up on you. You won't even expect it, and then you're gone. Your cockpit's gone, you're gone. So I don't want people to bring these in under the assumption that it's gonna do something that you might not survive, is all I'm saying. Very cool, Doom. Very cool. But yeah, I'm glad to see you doing something new and interesting here. A whole different style concept. Very cool. Moves really well. With that long thruster span, you're able to get a lot more performance and stuff. A lot more roll, and so very well done. That is by Doom Noodle, and that is the Aresh Apostle. Yeah, that's true, Pierre, definitely. No, they haven't, as is fairly customary. Alright, our next build is by Entei, and this is the Reaver. Oh, that's a heavy boy. Yeah, very Entei. Very Entei build there, sir. So we've got the shield parts and stuff on the bottom. Looks like we got a lot of upgradability. So I will say that I am scared of CPU blocks being exposed like that. But I mean, I do the same thing. I get it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Experience will tell you, I guess. Like, if you've played this and you haven't had the issue, then it's not an issue. But the ground troops, dude, like when you're floating up like that, like that's what they're usually shooting at. So I just get worried about that stuff, but probably fine. Got the tier 2 radar. Yeah, I love the cabling too here. That's very cool. Lots of nice little design cues here. Yeah, I don't. So, also, guys, I honestly, you guys know I read, obviously, but I, I don't read LCDs, especially in stream, just because from experience, especially earlier versions of the Designer's Challenge, I ran into some issues with reading things because people will put like their own. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into it, but people will put things in LCDs like I'm Ron Burgundy or something, and I'm reading it on stream and I don't agree with what I'm reading, or it's offensive, or so. Just as a rule, I try not to really read LCDs, so you guys know. If you don't know who Ron Burgundy is, then I feel bad for you, man. Go look it up. Look it up on YouTube. So we've got medium laser turrets, and then we've got light missile turrets and medium missile turrets. So because you could have only 4 medium, that's pretty smart there. So we've got some tier 2s, but then we saw some tier 1s. I just like the way this sits. This looks really cool, as always. I really like this angled look here. You got the I forget what that thing's called. Oh, and then you got the you got the clone in the med and all that here. Quick access, very nice. This is a big boy. This is combat, combat steel in front here. So I like that kind of selective combat, protecting different areas here. But yeah, it actually looks like mostly combat. Oh, here. So almost 14,000. Oh wow, that's like 30,000 cargo altogether. So this is a situation where you could kind of loot into this. Like, this gives you plenty of oh wow, I like how, look at that. Yeah, it moves well. Yeah, that's great. Like, it's heavy, but it moves. It's really responsive. I'm gonna go middle ramp for this guy. Optimistic here. Oh, not quite. We almost got there. Yeah, for how heavy it is, it moves really well. I mean, just that level of responsiveness, especially when you're doing And actually, I don't know if this has any fixed weapons. It doesn't seem to have fixed weapons. Oh no, it does in the back. Yeah. Yeah, in a situation where you've got fixed weapons, like, it's nice to have that level of precision capability there while you're standing still. Very good. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're spoiled for Entei, dude, because he just has the detail, and it's a constant. Very cool. Lots of cargo too, so that's a big plus as well. And I don't think that it wouldn't move it too. Definitely. These are just ion too, so I mean, God, you could even upgrade this. It is a Core 9, so there's definitely room to grow. I don't know if there's... Yeah, well, I'm assuming this is probably where you would put the upgradable stuff here. Does have a pretty good shield as well, so yeah, good balance here. Plenty of room here. I think, you know, obviously if you want to... You'd have to change these advanced small generators to the fusion. And, you know, there's a shield there. So plenty of room here for upgradability. Yeah, this is well done, Entei, as usual. Very nice. This is the Reaver for RE2. That is on the workshop, guys, so you can grab that. Very cool, man. All right, I am going to announce the August challenge. And I'm not even sure exactly what makes more sense to do. Well, I got two ideas basically. I want them to be separate months because I think it's that important. So oh, well that is a good idea. Exploding water. It's a good one. It's a good one. So my idea, obviously, we've done combat SVs, combat HVs. So I was looking to do combat CVs, but that's a very vague challenge, you know. And anytime we've done combat CVs, it doesn't really translate to any effective data. We did low tier already. We did that. That was one of the first things we did back, I think, February or January. So we've already done that very recently. Plus, everybody's grown out of their CVs by now, so that's not something people want to go back and build. I always want the challenge to fall in line with what you guys are doing in the season. So I feel like a lot of you also already have your combat stuff. So I think I want to actually jump into something we've never done before. We never did this in RE1. It always was kind of lumped in with combat CVs. But I think let's do August will be Legacy combat CVs. Because I think not enough people do Legacy. I think people get scared of Legacy. They don't know anything about Legacy. It's a different thing. And I encourage you guys to do a little research on Legacy combat. It's nothing like regular combat. They strip your shields almost instantly in a lot of ways. Like, you can't go in there expecting your shields to survive. So it's really more old school combat building. It's a lot more armor. But I want you guys to I want you guys to do some research. Now, there are people in the community that actively do Legacy combat. A lot of people, you know, and I want you guys to, you know, those that do it, if you guys are willing, if you could give some insight in the RE2 build discussion or the challenge discussion and just kind of let people know. But yeah, it's basically, it's just very different. You have to go in. It needs to be something, I believe, that's fairly fast to keep up with the interfector, stellar, nectar, whatever those things are called. The eyeball snail-looking things. Yeah, Xeno. So it's a very different build, and it's something that we don't do a lot, but I think it's something that it's very lucrative for those that take the time to do that combat. It's, yeah, I mean, you get a lot for it, so it's well worth it. But like I said, a lot of people, they don't understand the admission to get into something like that, so they don't bother, and me included. I haven't done Legacy in RE at all. I've only done Legacy in Vanilla, so yeah, that we'll do that. We'll do that as a month. Another thing to point out, guys, I am going to be off island from, I want to say, the 11th until the 20-somethingth. So I won't be streaming. I won't be doing content for like 2 weeks. I want you guys to know that ahead of time. You know, it's like a week or so away, but I want to give you guys a heads up. So I won't be doing content at all, really. But I'll be doing normal schedule up until then. And then obviously I'll probably do something, I'll do some weird stream when I'm in the US. And yeah, something like that. But you never know. It just depends on, I don't know going into it. So I should have internet. I should be able to do some streams. I know I got to do a long drive, so I might even do like a drive stream. That'd be weird. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Appreciate that, Fuji. May recommend holding off on that challenge. Why? Oh, Legacy will be receiving a fresh look. When you say fresh look, what does that mean? Oh, so I mean, are they actively like changing? Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna have a discussion with Vermilion and Ravian, and then I will put a formal announcement. When I do the brief, you guys will know. Let's just put it that way. When I do the brief, you guys will know. But that's where my head's at. If it doesn't work out, then we'll probably fall back to either dropships or regular CV combat. But that's a good thing. I mean, you got to go in and play. That's the thing, guys. With these specialized, really anything RE2, you got to be playing RE2. So you got to go in there and you got to be, because a lot of this is to kind of push you guys into aspects of the game that you don't normally play with some of these. And then just really to give insight. But no one's required to do every challenge every month either. So if it's something you just don't care about, then, I wouldn't waste the time to build something for it. It should inspire you. Please don't add more trapdoor. Dropship SV or C. I don't know. So when I have the brief, I'll let you guys know all the conditions of whatever we decide. But yeah, I guess I can't set it in stone if there's going to be a lot of changes and stuff. So yeah, I think dropship is probably a cool one, just because we haven't really done too much of that either. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. Either way, before I leave, I will put up the. Well, actually, it's already in the new month, so I should probably get on that. Tomorrow, I'll post the brief. How about that? Will there ever be challenges that allow vanilla builds again? Or is it RE2? I mean, nobody's saying you can't. I accept builds from any aspect of the game. It's just, I don't know. I guess the designer's challenge is meant to be, it's meant to challenge you. It's meant to give you something, everybody builds the same topic, and then you get a lot of different versions and ideas around that topic. So like with the combat HVs, some have tank destroyer builds, some have zippy fast little builds, Some have tanky, slow builds that have a lot of, so you get an idea as to what people use and what works and what doesn't work. But so when you build something for vanilla, it's mainly just for looks. And I'm not saying that to discredit vanilla per se, but it's just I wouldn't call it a challenge, I guess, is more what I'm saying. You could put together a cockpit with some engines and it's gonna work in vanilla. Like, it's not a very you know what I mean? It's not a very challenging thing, and then honestly, not a lot of people are gonna use it because it's vanilla. I know there's still people playing vanilla, so you put on a workshop, it will, people will find use for it, but I would say that from a build standpoint, it's just more challenging to build something for RE2. Get more RE2. Yeah, exactly. And then we're here to support kind of the future of Empyrion, right? Which is, scenarios as a whole, but definitely Reforged Eden 2 down the road. I mean, there's development planned years down the road here for this scenario. So, yeah, it's something that Anvil's supporting and something that we're building for, and it's the majority of what people play. So, as I said, you can build for vanilla if you want. It's just not going to be... I don't know. It's just not going to be received in the same way, I guess. But still support it. We support building, period. We support building for any challenge. But yeah, that's... I don't know how to say it. I'm not trying to be offensive at all. Like Dragon, for instance. Dragon 13's always built for vanilla. And he's gotten remarkably better at building because of it. So that's another big goal of the Designer's Challenge, is for you to get better at building. The more you build next to your peers and see the results next to your peers, the more you line up to your peers. We've seen it over the years. I mean, we've seen so many people go from, almost zero capability to being able to build really functional, cool-looking things. So I don't care what you build for, to be honest. At the end of the day, like, you're building for yourself, you're building for your skill set and what you want to play with. So yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Omega's saying. Play survival, you learn the game, you learn all the little nuances. It's very important. So I'll leave it there. I will let you guys know in the brief exactly what we're doing by tomorrow. So. Alright, our next build is by Pumas. And this is the Tank. Cool name. Cool name, Pumas. Tank. Good job. That'll be easy to find in my... Damn it. Wait, it's not even here? It's not even here. Not even freaking here. Why isn't it here? So, man, I gotta go out of the game. That sucks. Wait a second. Oh, was it there? Damn it. Yeah, I got a dumb amount of tanks, you know that. Hell, I've built 5 tanks since RE2 started. They don't all work, though. I don't like them all. Wait, what do you mean you didn't see it? So it's... Oh, God, I gotta stop listening to chat when I'm doing these things. Alright, hold on. So it's not here? Oh yeah, no, I was definitely not subscribed to that. Holy crap. Alright, make sure this one's... Yep, that one's good. I guess I just missed that one. Stupid. Oh, very cool, Strange Brews. Still remember all those tanks, and you jump off a hill up with about 4 passenger seats. What? I don't know. We've done some crazy stuff. I don't remember that, but yo, that is pink and mint, mint and pink. All right, got some lights. We've got some light gats and 2 cockpits. And the thing about Pumis is, you know, he plays with his build, so I'm assuming this thing works. I mean, it's space. It's got decoys. It's got like an explosion thing here. Wonder. That is smart, though. I mean, because the core being the first thing to go. So for those that don't know, that in combat, when the AI takes your core, it no longer recognizes you as a target. So you're getting heavily shot upon. If they take that core, you're just going to be there. Now, once you get out of the cockpit, you're now a target again, but you are, not your tank. So it is a good strategy to have your core towards the front if you want to retain, you know, the build or whatever, the protection of the build. So that is a good strategy. Yeah, it moves really well too. I don't know, Pumas. We going topsy here? I feel like we might have it. Let's see here. No, I don't think that's fair to do that. We'll do the middle one. Yeah. Oh. Oh. It did it though. It did it. There you go. Nah, it moves really well, dude. Moves really well. Got about 9,000 cargo. Yeah, dude. It works. Does the job. You can obviously put any turrets you want on it. There's, you know, obviously upgradability here, but we've got a ton of and there's plasma, it's core, yeah. So the other thing that that I would say that's a big thing that I kind of learned over the past month is you know, for non-starter builds, like, you know, like Jay ran into this, and I could talk about Jay because I play with Jay, and Jay knows, you know, it's never disrespect or anything, but what we learned was that you know, he added plasma to, like, I think the Makar and some other ship. I don't remember if it was a Zespi. I think it was a Zespi. It's God, I don't know the name of it. You know what I mean? His RE2 SV that a lot of the Hornet. And you know, at first it was like, oh, the plasma converters, you can't get them and stuff, and they're hard to get initially, and that's true, obviously, in a starter situation. So I don't feel like you should use plasma for starters. But when we get to mid-level, I would just go with plasma to begin with, because that extra math that you have to do to balance upgrading can be kind of hard. But the other big thing that I noticed is the performance of plasma, right? And I do want to make this point here just so people understand, so bear with me. So on my tank, I originally had 1, 2, 3, 4 thrusters, and they were ion, same mediums, but I had them in stacks of 2. Because that's how I usually build. I usually do like 2 of each, 2 here. So I had all that, and then I was like so high in CPU, and I was like, dang. And then when I went to upgrade them all to plasma, it was overkill. It was like, it was so fast that it was almost unplayable. So that it resulted in me halving it, and then this is basically the same thrust as 2 ions. And then you still have an upgrade to dark matter, right? So all I'm saying is, for mid-level to more end-game builds, I would go with the thrust that you intend for balance and performance and stuff. Don't start with like the lowest one, because it's just not going to work for you as far as balance. It's going to be confusing. Just get it out of the way now, and then just go, you know, because the CPU you end up saving some CPU. Because, you know, these are, you know, like 600, whereas the other one's like 400. And then if you have 2, it's 800. So you're saving 200 CPU using the plasma times, you know, 4 or whatever. So it makes sense, about 1,000 CPU savings. So like when I see here, he's got plasma and everything already. It makes sense for a mid-level build where you got a big shield like that. Just put in the thrusters you want. That makes sense, because you're really not gonna. It's not gonna make a difference CPU-wise, as long as you're not over thrusting to where, you know, it becomes a loss. So just to put that out there, but very good, very good. That is by Pumis, and that is the tank. I guess, I don't know, maybe nobody had that already. So. It is the tank. Yeah, definitely, Pumis, definitely. I mean, there's so many things you could do back and forth with that as well. Alright guys, our next build here is by Draco, and this is the Infiltrator. Alright, so we got another one of these POI thingies. Yeah. It is a infiltrator. It goes into POIs and kills things. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know how effective these are anymore. Those internal turrets are menacing. I could see that shooting that fuel tank, and this thing's gone in a second. It does have a shield, fair, but I don't. Even that, I don't know how long a shield's gonna last. It would be cool to do a month with this, just as fun. just to do like an internal POI month where you have deployables and, you know, because I mean, I built a lockpick, same thing, kind of. But you know, the idea is that you could bring it in and then it can. That's crazy, the new rockets, but that you're able to go through a door basically. So anything 3x3, you can get into a door. So this is 3x2. It's just turning the corners. If it's too long, you can't really go up an elevator shaft sometimes. So it kind of depends with that as well. But yeah, that is The Infiltrator, and that is by Hot Pants. Damn it, Hot Pants! Hot Pants should know better. Maybe you guys got confused by the brief, I guess. I mean, it is technically an HV, and this does have a Gatling gun, so it is technically combat, so I guess I can't even fault it. It does do combat, so alright, Hot Pants. And I know these are very effective, or they can be, so yeah, that's fair, dude. Very cool. These are great little builds to start out with, by the way, guys. Like these cool little problem-solving builds like this, or like the little deployables with a turret and maybe like a med station or something. These are all super useful in your playthrough. So, buddy, look at this little guy, little bandy. Oh, this is you, Voltarian? So you're not Hot Pants? Oh, now I'm really confused. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. There's two infiltrators this month. I was looking at the other infiltrator by Hot... I'm sorry. Sorry, Draco. This is by Draco. My bad, man. There's two infiltrators. It's not my fault. It's right there. I didn't... It even says duplicate name. Sorry. Not Boss Man's fault, my fault. Alright, shout out to Draco. You have very cool pants. Alright. Our next build is by Star. And this is the Curtain. Guys, is this a trigger? Oh, it's not. Okay, I thought it was going to be a shower curtain or something. Okay, good. Oh, man, look at that thing. Hold on. Is this the... Oh, these are the flamethrower cannons. I want to see what this looks like. I've never seen this in action. Napalm tank. Okay, yeah, let's just go get some napalm tanks. I love RE2, dude. Alright. Pretty cut and dry, solid tank here. I mean, obviously that's way too much. We're in creative though, so it doesn't matter. 5,000 loot storage. Another thing to make sure, guys, make sure you reset your pivot point when you save. That's super important. You think we'll find a critter somewhere? Moves well, too. Really well. That's cool. Alright, I'm optimistic this can meet the top ramp here. Let's try it out. Easy. Easy. Look at that. Look at that. Like a champ. Yeah, this thing moves really well. That's cool. That is super cool. Yeah, good job, Star. This is the Curtain. Dual medium flamethrowers. Oh, let's also check the core real quick here, because I'm guessing this is pretty low. Eat before POI. Nice. Core 6. Very cool. Very cool. Good job, Star. That is the Curtain. Alright, our next build is by Dragon the 13th. This is the Ruger Blackhawk. Yeah, I think now, like with HVs especially, I find that the balance of weapons can be... It's just, I don't know, it's like a different level of thinking. Like with RE1 or definitely vanilla, you know, you pretty much vanilla, all your HVs had a full loadout, right? You had the artillery, you had the, what was it, 6 or 8 rockets, and then you'd have like at least 4 miniguns. Maybe you had some plasma, like you just had all that, and you could just put it all in the tank if you could fit it, right? So obviously CPU became a thing, and then it didn't really stop that from happening though. But with RE2, the way the weapons are, there's light weapons, medium weapons, and heavy weapons, and you can have a certain amount of each. I think 6 light weapons, 4 medium weapons, and is it 2 tank or heavy? I don't know. But there's limits, so it doesn't matter. Like if you go fixed or whatever, like you have to really figure that out. Like this light one has 6, right? It's either 6 or 8 for light. I don't know. 8, 4, 2. Okay, so yeah, you got to really balance it out. And a lot of people want to hang out in medium territory, but if you're doing medium, that's like 2 rockets, 2 fixed, 4 rockets, no fixed, 3 rockets, 1 Gatling for, you know, drones, and you know, 2 tier 2 rockets. They're good, but they don't do an obscene amount of damage. So it's like you're still sitting there, you're doing at least 4 to 5 passes on a turret with 2 rocket launchers, tier 2 rocket launchers. So it's like you want more. You want at least 4, but it's just, yeah, it's a balance. It's like you got to understand that it's going to take more time to effectively take out a target than it used to be. It used to be you just, you know, just blitzkrieg, you know, you just go in, you're just ba 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 ba, and you can kill everything. You can't do that anymore. And I like that. I like the combat now. The HV combat, like what I did with Jay those last couple streams, it was a lot of fun because it took some forethought and some strategy, and you couldn't just go in there and take all the fire. Like, you got to think about all that because you're getting hit regardless if your shield's up or down. So you really have to think about all that. All that comes into play when you're actively in combat. So it's an important thing to think about when you're building. So we got all the quality of life stuff here. We've got 1250 ammo cargo. We have a cargo system here. That's just harvest now. So another thing to remember too with ammo space that I think is an important thing to talk about again is that now it is tedious, don't get me wrong, but if you have a low amount of ammo cargo, what I would suggest is to load it and then load all your turrets individually, like reload them manually, go into it and reload so that they're full, and then you'll be able to bring extra ammo. But just remember that even if it's low, you could still load all of the turrets and then reload the ammo cargo with more ammo, right? So that gives you at least another whole round of fire with a limited amount of cargo, if that makes sense. Another TV. Hey, Volturn, thanks for the follow there. We did it. We did it. It's got good movement, Dragon. It's got a decent amount of play here, so you can avoid little rocks and terrain and stuff, so this works out. Good strafing thrust. Yeah, well done, Dragon. This is by Dragon the 13th, and this is the SWJ Ruger Blackhawk. Also, Dragon, if you're, I believe you do have this on the workshop, I would change it to RE2, not RG2. I mean, unless you're building for Reforged Galaxy specifically, but RE2 is the combination of Reforged, and just because people will see that on the workshop and they might pass it because they don't think it's for RE2. Very cool, man. Very cool. All right, our next build is by Cade, and this is the C7 Barricade. Oh wow, we got some cannon turrets. Laser blade here. This is a core 7. $37.50 ammo cargo. Those are medium cannons. Yeah, this moves really well. I'm gonna go high ramp on this one. Moon launch, let's go. Not quite. That's a hard one, man. I don't know. I haven't had a build successfully do that at a good speed. It's such a vertical though. It's like crazy. Like this will easily do it. Yeah, great movement, but also really good play here. So when I'm shooting with those fixed weapons, I have plenty of play here to be able to get, you know, I could even go at an angle, you know, I could be up against a mountain doing something, like this is good. Yeah, very well done. Oh, nice Life Force, right on. So it's got some combat experience already there. Very well done, very well done. This is by Cade, and this is the C7 Barricade. Alright guys, so that's going to bring us to an end here. The rest are going to be for next Saturday. And that should be my last stream before I go on break here. So as I said guys, I am going on vacation. Where's a calendar? Hold on.
The calendar?
No. I got one, hold on.
No, I'm going.
What?
It's not. We're going on the 11th to the 17th.
Okay, okay. Alright, okay, the 11th is Sunday. Yeah, so, yeah, I'll be doing that on the 10th. So that's it, guys. Very good. Good stream. Lots of really cool builds here. I gotta do the ramp with mine here. Hold on. I don't think it's fair that I'm subjecting you guys. Let's see if I can hit that moon here. Yeah, this is... No. I mean, you can get up, but it's definitely not enough to launch, right? Yeah, see the power though? This has more power, so it just quickly got up there. But I don't think it has the same roll. Well, it's not bad actually. Okay. Yeah, it's not enough for 2. I don't know if I can attack anything without rolling twice. I don't know. Yeah, see, this is plasma, so that's what I mean. It's just like, it just makes more sense to go with this. Plus, you get that added bonus with the plasma, don't you? With the thrust booster factor. So you get like some added boost, and then when you get into this guy, you get well, the same boost factor, but I don't understand why. Oh, turbo thruster. Oh, so it is a it's just this one has the cool cylinder. I just wanted the cylinder, but right. What is going on? Why are we doing this now? What is going on, dude? Yeah, it's like a God mode thing. That's funny. Alright, guys, that's all I got. I will catch you guys on the server where I'll be doing things. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And, yeah, more as usual, man. Monday, me and Jay are going to be hitting the drone base on foot. So I'll likely have one of those things that I'll deploy. We'll be able to loot to it. And hopefully I'll be bringing in this tank as well so we can do some more combat. But also need to do some more orbital combat. I was able to... The frigate is like the highest thing I've taken with my ship, but I definitely need to tweak some of my weapon loadout and kind of continue testing. But I've been having a lot of fun in combat, like both the OPV combat and the POI stuff. It's definitely more challenging. Obviously, I don't have as much experience in OPV combat as a lot of people do, so I'm easily satisfied, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have this hardcore strategy thing that this deviate. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You know, when you play RE1, it's like you're very used to fighting things and being able to do things, and then when something new is introduced and you're trying to apply your old strategy to it, it's like you got to start over almost. And I get it. A lot of people are getting frustrated. You know, you see a lot of stuff in the chats and everything, and that's fine. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion about what RE2 should be and where it should go, and you know, and I would assume that all those opinions are then taken into account when Ravian and Vermilion make adjustments, because a lot of adjustments are being made. A lot of things are being changed, but then there's some things that aren't being changed, and I don't know. I get the frustration, but I would just say, you know, it's their vision of the scenario, and thankfully we're all being able to give feedback into that plan, and it doesn't seem set in stone either. So, because they're going to build something, but if it doesn't work, then obviously they want to fix it too. So I would say just continue to give your feedback, but once you give your feedback, just that you don't have to give it again, especially in such close intervals. And I get it. Listen, we're all very passionate about this game. We all want it to succeed. We all spent a lot of time playing this game, and we're used to getting back what we put into it. So when we don't get it back, it gets frustrating. But just stick with it, man. This is still being developed. Down the road, it's going to continue to be developed. And from what we saw in January to now, it's a completely different thing. So I would assume in the next 6 months, it's still going to be a completely different thing. So just bear that in mind, guys. Be respectful as always. And I think everybody's been respectful. I'm not saying anybody hasn't, but just let's continue to give feedback with respect. And we appreciate Reforged into development team, and you know, of course, everybody else. So that's it. You guys have a good one. Catch you guys on Monday. Got hype for the kitty. Kitty's in the streams. Big hype for kitty. Alright, that's it. Hey guys, we're gonna be doing a Anvil raid. Please stay tuned. Let's do this. Yeah, I can't talk today. I can't talk. Anyway, we're raiding somebody. Enjoy.
Oh, you know what? I bet now. But that's where I go, man. Back all the way to the island.